my wife, she's very nice. She is a marriage and family therapist. And she right now is talking to people about serious problems. And if she's wrong, there's major consequences. If I'm wrong, very nice. Oh, well, who cares? That's the best part about being a sports writer. If you're thinking about, should I be a sports writer? What's the alternative? Be a lawyer? Have people's lives in your hands? No. I wouldn't do that. Be an engineer? Make a bridge that could fall, and then you have to live with that the rest of your life? Nah, that's too much. All I have to live with is maybe a bad suggestion. You know, I can handle that. Maybe a bad prediction here and there. I said Jamar Taylor's no good. He has 2 picks. Fine. So yeah, I would highly recommend being a sports writer because it doesn't matter if you're wrong. All you got to do is be compelling. It's kind of like being an English major. I learned that at UCLA too. I was struggling on the essays. I kept getting B's and B pluses, and I was like, can you explain to me what I'm doing wrong? And they're just like, you don't have to be right. You just have to be compelling. So all I figured was every time I had to write an essay, I would go office hours. I'd meet the TA and be like, hey, listen to this thesis I got because it's so compelling. And then I would lay it all out and I'd be like this when I talked. You know what I'm saying? And he'd be like, or she'd be like, yeah, that is kind of compelling. So then they'd buy in. And then when you wrote whatever ridiculousness that you wrote, they'd be like, oh, I kind of signed off on that. I told them it was a good idea. So at that point, you're in the A range. You could only get A or A minus. And that's based on like how, you know, you're editing and typos and stuff. I figured that you just got to be compelling, guys. If you're wrong, you say, I was wrong. I was wrong. Guys, I was wrong. And no one minds. You just got to hold yourself accountable and be entertaining. Sing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Make fun of yourself. Say you're going to stop after about 36 minutes and then go on long rants about things that have nothing to do with football. Though that's what works for me, I would say. And again, you just get to sit in your apartment all day and talk to yourself. I'm essentially talking to myself. I'm looking at my laptop. If someone were to walk in, they'd think this guy's lost his mind. And you know what? Maybe I have. But it pays, got to say. If you want to lose your mind and get paid for it, you know, the crazier the better. Look at John Madden. I don't know if he just yelled things into the microphone. Made a lot of money. I'm working toward that. I'm trying to work on, you know, just not using words, sounds, grunts. We'll see. These are the things that you think about every day as a sports writer. My wife is thinking about, you know, helping people and changing lives. And I'm over here like, you know, just rambling. I have no idea where I'm going with this or where it could lead in the next 5 minutes, but we'll see. We're all in this together, baby. And I like that. Okay, I think I'm done now. I'm not that funny. You guys said I'm a nerd. Yeah, it's true. I'm definitely a nerd. All right. I'm still mad at you guys for saying that the Niners traded Dante Pettis. Don't you ever do that to me. Hold on, look at me. Don't you ever do that to me again, okay? This is serious. This is real life, okay? My God. You guys have a lot of growing up to do, okay? A lot of growing up to do. You know what hurts the most? The lack of respect. The lack of respect hurts the most. Actually, you know what? Who knows what that movie's from? I always like to quote late 90s movies. You know that? Actually, the other thing hurt the most, but the lack of respect hurt the second most. Does anyone know what that's from? I don't think you guys know that. You guys don't know Norm Macdonald like that, huh? The scene where he goes to jail. Norm Macdonald. Dirty Work. You guys never saw Dirty Work? Where he does practical jokes for a living and he goes to jail and then he gets, you know, prisoners kind of, you know, and then he just kind of like gives them like a talking to afterwards. Ridiculous. Just I have a good mind to go to the warden about this. I'm sorry, I like that scene. It made me laugh. Bro, I'm 15. Okay, well, if you've never heard of Dirty Work, it was this movie that came out in 1998. It was the last movie that Chris Farley ever appeared in before he died of a heroin overdose or whatever. And it was starring Norm Macdonald, who I think was one of the most underrated comedians of the 90s. He had this very dry sense of humor that I like. And he would kind of say really stupid stuff with a straight face. And he was the guy on SNL who would do the Weekend Update. I love Norm Macdonald. This was his, I think, the only movie that he starred in Hollywood, kind of like Dave Chappelle's Half Baked. It's not a great, it's a PG-13 movie. So if you're 15, you're probably already too old for it, but it's really good. And it has a cameo by Chevy Chase, one of the better Chevy Chase cameos. He plays a degenerate gambler who's also a doctor. It's a really good movie, and you could probably get it on Amazon for like 99 cents.